Welcome to the Divine Accelerator. I once read a book that said there are three things valuable to every person: time, money, and energy. If someone loses money, they may say, "No problem. I can gain it back because I have learned how to acquire it." If someone is low on energy, they can sleep more, exercise regularly, and change their diet. But time is different. Once time is spent, it cannot be bought back, borrowed back, or worked back into our hands. From a human perspective, this is wise advice. Wealthy people understand this, so they build systems and arrange their lives in such a way that their time is used wisely. But what if I told you that from God's perspective, time can be restored? What if I also told you that God can even cause time to work faster, to make up for the time you lost and much more? Before I explain how, let me explain why is this a subject I wish to speak to yourselves today. When I was alone in Scotland a few years ago, it dawned on me that I have only a certain number of years before retirement. The thought of this made me panic. I, hence, made some decisions that I later regretted. It meant I had to come back to Cyprus. It took a few years to recover from the situation, but I did. Today, I am much wiser and in some ways a stronger position in terms of my career. I also don't worry about time in the same way I used to thanks to the Holy Scriptures. I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. Joel 2:25. In the book of Joel, God's people were not just having a bad season, they were looking at devastation. A locust invasion had swept through the land, and locusts do not only eat what is visible, they destroy the harvest, the seed, and even the possibility of next year's growth. When locusts finish with a field, it does not look like a setback. It looks like an ending. Maybe that is how some parts of your life can feel sometimes. When bad things happen, it may not just attack your finances. It may attack your confidence to rebuild. In other words, when bad things happen, it doesn't just steal a season of your time. It may even strip your belief that a new season is possible. Yet right in the middle of that devastation, God speaks a promise that defies human logic. He says, "I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten." Notice what God says. He does not only say, "I will give you another crop." He says, "I will restore the years." Time is the one asset human beings cannot manufacture, rewind, or recover. However, God can, because He created time, stands outside time, and rules over time. Now at this point, you may ask, okay, it's good to get back time you have lost. However, according to this verse, I get back what I lost. This takes me back to zero. For some of us, that's pretty good. Once a day is gone, it is gone. There is no technology, no amount of money, no human wisdom that can reach back and reclaim lost time. Scientists have mapped the genome and landed on the moon, yet not one of them can give you back a single stolen year. However, the God who created both time and operates outside of time can do a lot more with time than merely restoring what we lost. He can even make it go faster. Amos 9:13 gives us the picture of this acceleration. "The days are coming, declares the Lord, when the reaper will be overtaken by the plowman and the planter by the one treading grapes." In this verse, we see the process of plowing the ground, then planting and gathering, working not at a normal pattern of a few seasons, but at a much faster pace. In other words, the God of the Bible can make you achieve potentially more in months than some achieve in years. When God accelerates a life, He can enable you to do something in 6 months, what people assumed would take 10 years. He can open doors to meet the right people to achieve this. He can heal you physically, emotionally, and spiritually in a way you thought would take a lifetime. He can cause your story to move so quickly that others will know there is no natural explanation. What is central to both restoration and acceleration is why we go through setbacks. God did not waste a single day of your pain. Think about Moses. He fled Egypt in disgrace and spent 40 years in the wilderness as a shepherd. To human eyes, that looked like wasted time. One of life's losers. The man raised as a prince in Pharaoh's palace was now a nobody with a few sheep. However, when God met him at the burning bush, Moses had something he did not have in the palace. Pride had been broken. Character had been refined. He had learned about the wilderness he would later lead God's people through. What looked like delay was actually preparation. What looked like a lost season was training for an assignment. What do we see about Moses' life after the burning bush encounter with God? He led a nation out of Egypt without lifting a sword. We see him lifting his staff and parting the Red Sea. We see him come down from the mountain after speaking with the God of the Bible with the 10 Commandments. All of this within less than 2 years. God makes time work faster when we are ready. Satan, however, wants you to look at delay and call it failure. God looks at delay and calls it foundation. If God had handed you certain blessings 5 years ago, your character may not have been ready to carry them. Your discipline may have been too weak, your faith may have been too fragile. Sometimes God allows the delay not to punish you, but to prepare you, so that when the blessing comes, it crowns you instead of crushing you. As Leo Tolstoy stated, the most powerful warriors are patience and time. God restores, repays, makes up for, and compensates his people for the years the locusts have eaten. That means God is not blind to the tears, the setbacks, the suffering, or the compounding cost of what you survived. He is a righteous judge, and his justice is bigger than merely bringing you back to zero. So do not let regret become your theology. Do not let the enemy convince you that the calendar has more authority than Christ. Your life is not too delayed for God. Your years are not too damaged for God. Your story is not too complicated for God. The one who created time can redeem time, restore time, and accelerate time. Today, stop mourning the years as if God has forgotten them. Stop comparing your timeline to someone else's. God was counting every day. He saw every tear. He recorded every wilderness lesson. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I hope you found some value in it. Please show your support by pressing subscribe and leaving your thoughts. Thank you.